highlights. Maybe the right side got a night bright that turns on at the notion of my finger when I swipe right. And if it's date night, I gotta set the mood, man, for no reason at all, cause I gotta be that dude, man. Ha, creepy, I know. It's just all up in my guts like GPI-Yo. Flow like Nile, watch her like Giles. Open, VPN, all of my files. Got machines having combos, MQTT. Bruh, automation makes it beat too easy. My homie John's gold, like C3P. Oh yeah, my code's fixed, now we in completely. Everything's in sync, I guess I caught it unity. If it's a code from the Hass web community. Started off like I'm trying to learn
what's up, Ernie?
Now I SSH nano, type it in my YAML lines, I'll do it. Temperature control it. You're the one who
What'd you say?
in my house, I'll know it. If you wanna ride Amazon, got
Cool.
a holler man, computer does it all.
I'll be right back. Dude, so.
Do it for the pie, it's not a real pie, so please don't eat it. Do it for the pie, do it for the pie, it's not a real pie, so please don't eat it. Do it for the pie, do it for the pie.
Hey, how you doing?
Please don't eat it.
Yeah, how's it going?
Do it for the pie, it's not a real pie, so please don't eat it.
You're just in time for the Gonzaga Iowa.
Well,
We're number 1 in the country. That's number 3. We're the highest scoring offense. Hey, but who's number 4? Michigan State. Really? Yeah. Wow. We just scheduled a new game against Virginia. Still undefeated.
good.
Yeah.
6-0.
Whoa!
Number 1 in the Pac-12.
Cool.
Like nothing ago.
There we go. I love that. Awesome. Where are you going? Oh, okay.
No, I'm doing my new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
Excited.
can you hear my suggestion? I'm getting better.
Yeah, I just went to like
Yeah. And so I literally, I wake up, I feel great. It's like,
Well, I mean, I bet you we have the same sickness. We hang out all the time. Yeah.
anyway, take your and so I'm on a date. So
Nice.
a good
What
date.
are you making? We'll go hang out with my puppy. You hear Bernie? Dude, Corey Kispert's averaging.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome once again to The Charge. Give me 1 second. I just got to set up some things to make sure you guys can hear my boy Sean. We're going to be talking, of course, this Iowa crazy offense against this Gonzaga offense that seems to be revitalized with Jalen Suggs at the helm. You know, probably adding a different dynamic that we haven't seen before in Gonzaga history. Maybe we've seen it in Gonzaga history, but maybe we haven't seen it in recent times. So let me just quickly make sure that I can hear Sean through my headset, and you guys can hear him as well before we get started. They can't hear you yet. Yeah, so you said that for nothing. Hang on, I don't know why. I hate when I have to do this. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. I'm just trying to figure this out. Oh, why doesn't... Dr. White's chemistry class. I think I was. I think. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Maybe third. Oh, where is it? I don't remember. Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint you there. Yeah. I'm too big time. Let's see here. Sorry everyone watching. For some reason this thing just does not find my headset, and I am really frustrated about that. I'm very sorry. But as the kids say, it is what it is. Oh my god, I hate when it doesn't. Hang on one second. My hair is a mess. Ugh. But more importantly, I don't know why I can't find. Here we go. Alright, now everyone should be able to hear the music now, but we're gonna pause that music as the game is just about to start. Sean, why don't you say a few words? I believe you're live now, so I think you can say a few words now.
All right, thanks for joining us this morning. See, tip-off just happened. Number 3 Iowa versus number 1 Gonzaga. Going to be a great game. Lots of NBA prospects in this game. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, Sean, this is the first
Garza
time.
getting.
I was gonna say this is the first time I think Gonzaga's played in a while, right? Since the
17 days.
17
since
days.
we played. Corey Kispert for 3. Oh, no. Garza got started scoring early.
That's a weird way to grab it. What's the weirdest way?
There we go. Got my morning cup of Joe.
You got the morning cup of Joe. So far, I've only got water. I always start off your morning with some water. Yeah, so this is going to be a very interesting, probably an interesting game. I mean, we see, the court. I don't know where they're playing at.
Yeah. This is 2 of the highest scoring offenses in the country. Iowa, number 1 in offense, scoring 110 per game, and Gonzaga's averaging, I think, like 102, which is number 8 in the country.
Yeah. I mean, what are you expecting? Who do you think is going to step up for you in this game besides probably Jalen Suggs, an NBA prospect? Did you see anybody else?
Andrew Nemhard, who's Gonzaga's transfer from Florida, he's been really big for us. He was rated the number 1 transfer. He was a 5-star recruit out of high school, like top 10.
Top 10.
Kind of like a Nigel Williams-Goss. And so he's our backup guard behind Suggs, but we'll run a lineup that I think is our best lineup. It's going to be Ayayi, Suggs, Kispert, Nemhard, and Timey. So it's kind of like a small ball lineup.
Garza's getting going early.
Garza is getting going early.
Early and often is what they say.
By the way, I do have money on this game.
All right, guys, he has money on this game.
I need a Gonzaga win and over 170 points.
Over 100, or just over 100, or did you say over 170?
Over 170.
Oh, like both teams.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking like one team. Like, what the hell? That's a dumb bet.
That's impossible.
I was gonna say that's a dumb bet, but it could make sense with these 2 high-scoring offenses. But
air ball, Iowa.
But the thing is, Sean, Gonzaga hasn't played in a couple days, so do you think that was kind of a smart bet? I even think Iowa hasn't played.
I don't know. I'm regretting the over/under a little bit. Oh, Suggs, bam out. Oh, did they call him out?
The shooter knows exactly where it's headed when he lets it go.
Wow, Watson needs a terrible finish. I think I'm a little bit behind you, Sean, but that was a terrible Watson finish. Or not even a finish. He didn't even finish it. He just literally just bricked it on the rim.
Goodness, does he make a play on the ball with that anticipation? Twice we've seen it.
Hopefully we don't hear any stories about any Gonzaga players having some COVID gimmicks.
Yep. Joel Ayayi, who just grabbed the rebound there for Gonzaga. Oh, and also just turned the ball over. He's an NBA guard. Really good at defense, super long arms, really good rebounder, and can shoot deep threes. And he's from France.
A little bit of a push off there, I would say, but that's okay. Ball never lies.
These teams are not shooting well.
Yeah, this is definitely game I probably would have taken under, to be honest with you. But you know, the offense can get cooked.
It's automatic though, so.
It's not a 3, that's a 2. It's short, and Kispert with the board.
I feel like they need to. I'm not saying they need to start setting up and stuff, but they definitely need to.
Quiet start for both teams offensively. Kispert way downtown. It's good.
They definitely should maybe get started in some offensive sets to get them going, and then you. Well, I guess you use the fast break to get yourself going, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not. This game is not looking too hot so far for both teams. Ooh, nice step back.
Not respecting Ayayi from 3, and he didn't pull up there. Instead, we force a stupid pass in the middle.
And an offensive foul.
They're not going to respect you from 3. Shoot it. Is this the coach's son?
Who, Mark View's son?
No, McCaffrey on Iowa.
Michigan State. The coach's son's on the fucking team, and he comes in garbage time, and it's fucking
quite make his cut hard
like
enough to
actually,
get in
like,
front of
he
McCaffrey.
comes
I'm not
in
sure.
and he, like,
Oh.
hustles.
Collided with him. Good idea here, but there you see you got him with the left arm
It might be. I don't know.
at the end of that play.
By the way, I got
But ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us here on the Charge, thank you once again for joining us. Again, guys, of course, we give you NBA news and rumors and basketball opinions, but today, guys, we decided to go with a more relaxed approach, kind of just watching a game, watch along together. Probably going to watch this Iowa-Gonzaga game, kind of get your opinions from Sean, who's a big Gonzaga fan, went there, kind of know the ins and outs a little bit of the team. And, you know, that's kind of what we're here to do. So also remember to hit that subscribe button if you're new. The stream will probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it up in terms of like a rewatch, just because I feel like it'll pass by. But I mean, if you guys are interested, you know, come in, tune in, and we'll see you guys.
I'm going to rewatch it.
You're going to rewatch it? You know, Sean's going to rewatch it for the Gonzaga dub, if they do get the dub. But yeah, I mean, like I said, less than 300 subscribers away from the magic 1,000 number. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also remember to hit that like button. The more likes we get, the YouTube algorithm likes us that way. So if you guys want to hit that like button, go ahead and do that so we can get recommended to many of your friends or people that watch college basketball, watch NBA, kind of like the news and rumors. And yeah, I mean, let's have a fun time here on the stream. Sean, kind of
just blew that layup.
Kind of not to take it away from the game, but what did you make of the Kyrie Irving Sage, using Sage around the Boston Garden? I don't know if you saw it or not.
No, what happened?
He basically just had a bunch of like burning sage. I don't know, just kind of like the scent.
Studs. You see this?
I think I'm like a play or two. I think I'm a play behind because right now Iowa's on offense with Garza, so I'll probably see it right here. But basically, Kyrie Irving was like burning sage around the court, like before pregame. And I don't even know what he was trying to do. He was just like, you know, Kyrie Irving's he's a different cat now, I guess. I don't know. Oof. Might be 2 plays behind you.
What's the score?
Right now it is 10-9 Gonzaga.
Okay, it's 10-9. Yeah, but I mean, I think the last bucket Gonzaga scored was just a deep 3 from Suggs where he pulled up in someone's face.
Go. Ooh. Did the fadeaway stanky leg right there.
I think Drew Timey got our expectations a little too high.
He got your expectations a little too high. I know you're a big...
Well, I didn't have big expectations for him heading into the year, but then he went off.
Yeah, I just think that people didn't really scout him well enough, and then now I think that, you know, coaches that love to watch film, and I can attest to that, even just high school wise. So I think that they finally got like a good sense at like how Timmy plays and, you know, how to guard him and kind of his tendencies.
Timmy seems to want to take on Garza each time he gets the ball.
Let's see here. Man. I wish Kidsper had a little bit better. Oh my god. Okay.
But score for you?
It's 14-12.
Oh, Suggs. Just wait for the next Suggs shot. The dude's just an NBA guard. He's an NBA All-Star already.
Hitting those deep threes. He's ready for the league.
DJ Ellaby?
Yeah. Hey, Washington State Cougs are 6-0 in college basketball right now.
Tell them that I said that.
Zach said that. Look at that deep three. Suggs is just so good.
Oh, he really didn't have anything to
Oh,
say
and he's
about
such a showboater too. He just loaded the crossbow.
He didn't have to say anything about that, though? He heard the thing about the Cougs and didn't...
Deep three. Bang. No, I heard the thing about the was the Cougs? Yeah, the Cougs. What are they, 6-0? Is that what you said?
That's what he said. He did hear you. He just came back out of nowhere, even though I was muted, and was like, "No, I heard it." Yeah.
I'm so pissed about the whole chemistry thing.
Yeah, he's just mad about the chemistry class.
Look, man, it's been a long time. It's been so long that Dr. White forgot he had a kid.
Yeah. For any of the viewers on the charge, Bernie and I went to high school together, and my buddy Zach, and they had chemistry class together.
Yeah.
But I totally don't remember. The only thing I remember in that class is just Dr. White not helping any of his students. Literally just chilling.
Shout out Dr. White.
No, don't shout him out.
He's in Brazil somewhere right now with a baby mama.
Well, that baby must be already grown up, right? Or close to it.
I guess that baby's probably, like 7, 8 years old at this point.
He's in school. His kid's in school, probably.
His kid's in school.
Well, maybe not now, just with COVID, but he was in school. But anyway, that's not what the stream is about. We're not here talking about chemistry and Dr.
You're right.
White.
You're right.
Sean, kind of give me your take as we kind of here on commercial break. Give me your take on the NBA scene right now. What's kind of been what stands out to you?
I think that it's going to be a lot more competitive than people think. I think a lot of people are, writing up the Lakers to repeat, but I think a lot of teams are getting underestimated that could, potentially beat them in a 7-game series. I think the Warriors are really underlooked. I think they're going to make the playoffs, even if, maybe they're long, the long season isn't as great where they end up like a 6, 7, 8 seed. But I wouldn't necessarily bet against them in a 7-game series. I think we're going to see a lot more parity than we did the year before. I mean, I think the Clippers are going to bounce back. Obviously, the Nets are going to make things more interesting, but I think the NBA season is going to be really good, even all the way to the 8th seed. Like, I think, the Phoenix Suns coming off that like 9-0 bubble run, even though they're like 0-3 in the preseason. There's a lot of teams that could make runs here. I think it's going to be very competitive all the way down to like the bottom seeds. I think there's only, even with the 1 seed, I think there's only going to be a couple games separating, all the seeds combined.
Yeah, I do agree with you in that aspect, right? I do think that, man, people are really just live streaming the game. That's crazy. Yeah, I do think it's going to be a very competitive, but at the same time, Sean, the only thing I disagree with you on is just like, I feel like the bench for the Lakers right now is like really, really good. And I feel like their second unit, even watching last night's game against the Phoenix Suns. Like,
but is it deeper than it was? I don't think it's deeper. I think they just
deeper.
got a better 6-man.
I think it's deeper because you add Wesley Matthews, who's a great 3-and-D guy. You add Dennis Schroeder, who's a better point guard. I feel like. You also
they lost what? Danny Green, Rondo.
but like you
Who else
gain,
they lose?
but like if you gain a guy
Cousins,
in,
but not really.
Marc Gasol who who absolutely spaces the floor even for the second unit, which allows we kind of make fun of Kyle Kuzma, but I think Kyle Kuzma could have he could have a better season than last season just because if you add a guy like Marc Gasol in there, he spaces the floor out for everybody, and you can see guys like Horton Tucker. I know that Horton Tucker's kind of like, for every Lakers fan, like the next like Caruso, just as like that off the bench guy that can get you buckets. And I just think that that's what you're gonna get from the Lakers. I mean, like their bench, I feel like is a lot deeper and they're a lot more spaced out. Like Marc Gasol can shoot the three. Meanwhile, you got like JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard couldn't space the floor out like that. And even if you saw in the finals against the Heat, like you couldn't even play Dwight Howard for very long. You had to like move AD.
Yeah.
You had to move AD to the 5, and then kind of go with this kind of small, even though AD's like 6'11", 6'10", not really small ball lineup, but that's kind of what I see. But we'll see.
Do you expect more from the Clippers this year?
No,
do you expect them to be able to compete with the Lakers? Or do you expect them to be worse?
I expect them to be worse. I mean, after the Jerry West leaked voicemail, I think the league is going to come hard on them. I'll be curious to see if I don't know if the league can do this, but let's say, for example, Sean, do you think that the league should force the Clippers to trade Kawhi if the rumors are true? That Jerry West.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's it's the player's choice where they go. I wouldn't be like, oh, you have to go move to a different place, sell your home, change your entire life. Like, I don't think that's.
But he gets compensated for it.
Did you even look?
Oh my goodness, that was a bad mislayup. And for the viewers here joining us, I believe there's 5 of you now in here. Thank you again,
Omar Ballo,
for joining us. We got here, Gonzaga, Iowa. Sorry I can't show you guys the game. I know you guys would love to watch, but unfortunately we don't want to get copyright striked. So.
Like Shaq, though. They call him Baby Shaq, though.
Yeah. Watch number 21 for Gonzaga. Omar Ballo. He's a diamond in the rough. He's still in the rough.
Really not Shaq.
I thought he was coming next year.
No, he was here last year, but had to sit out because he was only 17. He's here now. Oh, he's got back-to-back buckets for us. Ballo season.
Ballo season. Not a bad play. I think defensively he could be a little better. Looks a little bit of a liability.
He's still you can tell he's
Like,
not
very
like
raw.
super coordinated at this point. Yeah.
Man, why are they running a 2-3 zone? Like the only person that really is gonna like, I mean, I know Kispert can shoot. I know like a lot of these guys can shoot, but I'm not like. No one on Gonzaga.
Oh, Kispert is just watch this Kispert 3. Like, I don't know if there's an NBA player who can make that. Like, that's just like it's like a fading deep corner.
That's just good ball move. That's good spacing by him, and that's good. A good way to beat the zone, right? Because I mean, in the zone, everything's kind of compact. Like, you're not really worried about the far man until like the guy passes it to an outlet pass. Dan Garza.
Kispert's going to be dangerous in the league because he's got that like just his shooting form is just so consistent, and that's why he's so good. It's just how consistent his shooting form is on that just like off ball catch and shoot 3. It's like Ray Allen consistency. Not that he's going to be anywhere near Ray Allen because he's not super athletic and that good, but
no, but he'll be. I think he'll
the
be
dude
a good
can
NBA
shoot.
player.
He's just a consistent 3-point shooter. Yeah, he's going to be great for an NBA team. I mean, 6'7", 6'8", can get those rebounds, shoot 45% from threes. Like,
Also, what's this commercial? These drug commercials are always so interesting.
hepatitis B or C. Or you got the hep.
I always think it's so weird that they do this on TV.
For the stream, you got the hep.
No, thank God. Well, yeah, maybe you'll get that over under. I mean, they're already at like 25. They're at 50 points right now.
Yeah, they're scoring. They're scoring quick. They should. I mean, they average both over 100 a game.
Yeah, they're probably just rusty. I mean, like you said, it's been a minute since Gonzaga's even played. So, I'm excited to see like what the what's going to be going on for Gonzaga. Like I guess another thing too. I think me and Josh kind of talked about it yesterday. Was just like, what makes Gonzaga like a place where like a one and done should go to, Sean? Like that's kind of been my. Not saying that Jalen Suggs, not saying that Gonzaga is not a great place, but why do you think like a guy like Jalen Suggs or many of these like top college prospects now going to Gonzaga?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good question, but I think it's because almost every NBA team, every top college team wants to play us. I think we're in a conference where we get like just the freedom to kind of make our own schedule now. Like they even agreed that the bottom 2 teams in the WCC, we don't have to play them twice in a season, so we're able to add 2 more non-conference games. I think we consistently show out in the tournament, and that gives players a chance at more national exposure. We're always ranked high because we're going to usually go close to undefeated in our conference. And I think it's just like a really family feel. And so like a lot of these one and dones aren't like looking at Kentucky and Duke, the same as they used to. But I think, really, you got to look at tournament consistency. We've been to the Sweet 16 like 8 years in a row or something. Like that's like unheard of. So.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely impressive as it pertains to Gonzaga. Making those consistent tournament runs at least deep into the Sweet 16. I think the thing with like Duke and Kentucky is that I feel like now we're getting to the point where a lot of these talents they're not getting like the problem right now is I don't see, at least in college right now, is I don't see like the uber like number 1 overall pick going to like your Kentuckys and Dukes anymore. I mean there may be some that I see. But right now, I feel like a lot of the kids are not going to like those schools anymore. I feel like those schools right now are not a place. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but I just feel like Duke and Kentucky and Carolina kind of lost their luster a little bit. And we're probably going to see that even more with not only just people going to Gonzaga or going to these other schools. Like Cade Cunningham went to Oklahoma State. He didn't go to like Duke or Kentucky or any of these other schools. And then we're also going to see players I feel like go to the G League too. So, I mean, it's kind of an interesting debate and an interesting topic.
And then Steve was like, yeah, Mark Few really whipped him into shape.
Timmy.
I also think that I don't know, a lot of the players, like, because, look, it's all about going to the league for them. I think that they're provided a lot of distractions when they go to, like, Duke and Kansas and Kentucky and, like, those just, like, the Southern and East Coast schools. Like, I think they're just so hyped up there that, like, and it's such a big school that, like, there's more chance that they get distracted. And at Gonzaga, they basically keep, the basketball players on lock.
Same at Michigan.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an interesting point to bring up as well. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm curious to know like whether or not like Duke is gonna get like the number 1 guy. Like, I mean, they seem to get like top 10 players, but I feel like maybe I need to look at years past and see like what the let me see college recruiting. Let's at least I'm gonna look at least the past couple years. Let's start from like 2019 and see.
Timmy, what was that?
Like even going from like 2018, like a lot of the good players are not going to like the Dukes or Kentuckys. I mean, like the only person that you could say might not be too bad is like Cole Anthony, who went to North Carolina, and even then, like he didn't play very well there, and that's I think the reason why his stock fell. Tyrese Maxey, again, another guy that I think will actually be really good in this league, but fell in the draft. I mean, it's just kind of those interesting things. But I'll continue. I'll kind of be quiet for a little bit as we just watch this Gonzaga Iowa game.
Yeah,
How you doing, Ty?
That foul on CJ Frederick.
What do you feel about the mask, Sean? Like when coaches just like take them on and off. Like, are you a fan of that?
Like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess don't even really know the point. It really is just like pandering at that point.
Like, do you just want them to take off the mask, or do you just want them to like wear the whole time and just talk through it?
Just wear it the whole time and just talk through it. It's not like it actually muffles their voice that much. Like, I don't understand.
I know.
So I tend to go the other way. When a guy goes down, yeah, I do. I mean, to your question, yeah, I thought it was much worse than it was, quite honestly, because
Mark Few, I feel like, just refuses to wear it on his face and always just wears it on his chin. It's a chin diaper for him. His chin gets cold.
Exactly. He's part of the under the chin society with the mask.
Under the chin society. Ooh. Do you think that
not a big fan of Watson for Gonzaga, but he'll be a good 4-year.
Is he number 22? Oh yeah, there he is, number 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a little slow-footed. Is he a freshman?
Yeah, he is. No, he's a sophomore. He was pretty good for us last year in his role, like off the bench. Now he's starting. It's like, I don't know. He's a little too slow, a little too heavy for my liking. But he's not big enough to be like that slow.
Nobody's averaging over 25 minutes a game to this point.
Oh my God, dude, Suggs, this dude. Just wait for it, Bernie. This guy is top 3 pick in the draft.
Okay, here's his 3, probably. He's definitely like a different athlete out here on the field. Like when you watch these players, like he's probably the only player to me that stands out beside maybe Garza. But the only reason why Garza stands out is just because of his post play. Like he doesn't. Like I think he'll be probably like a Cody Zeller or like one of these other kind of bigs for in the NBA. But really, Suggs is the only one that really stands out to me in this Gonzaga game. That's like, yes, this guy's gonna be in the league for years.
One-on-one, no match if you're too big and not going to get a hand up. And then in transition, Nimhard.
I'm glad that CBS doesn't use music where I could get this thing copyright striked. That's the one thing that's annoying about like doing watch-alongs, especially when it pertains to like watching any type of game. It's like the freaking timeout music or the music during like when they switch over is just like, ugh, that's a rant for another day, I guess. But it just it grinds my gears. But I'm just kind of I'm just kind of looking like even here like this Jalen Green not going anywhere, or went to the G League. Cade Cunningham, Oklahoma State, Evan Mobley, USC, Jalen Suggs, Gonzaga, like even like BJ Boston, who Kentucky and Duke right now, like their offenses are just absolutely sputtering right now.
Yeah. Hey, don't go ahead and compare us to Oklahoma State and wherever. We're consistent top competing school, and I think one of the things is that you have to look at Duke. Duke is literally under the microscope by like the FBI and like authorities. Yeah. So they, the Zion stuff, like they got caught red-handed paying him, or like having Nike pay him through them, which they knew about. And so they're all kind of like in hot water. But I think that the smaller teams, like I do think that these like Oklahoma State, they're definitely paying Cade Cunningham. They're paying him. That's the only reason they got him. And I think a lot of those schools, you can look at it and know that's true. And I think that's why you don't see like Duke succeeding, and you don't see North Carolina succeeding, or whoever. They got caught cheating, and now they're like heavy under the microscope with actual legal consequences. And so you see them going to other small schools that can pay them. But like I think that's a big thing. Wasn't there a recruit just like earlier maybe last year or the year before who was a top recruit who got paid to go to like a smaller school? I'm trying to remember what it was.
I believe Wiseman was in that same category.
Yeah.
I believe that
Wiseman went to Memphis. He was getting paid. Yeah. DeAndre Ayton.
Same thing. Like they had a whole investigation. Like I mean, at this point, it's like you might as well. I don't know. I think there needs to be a definite change, because right now, like, I understand that, you know, some of these kids are struggling and you want to help them out the best way you can, but the way that they did it through, like, the sneaker companies, I mean, this could be a topic for another day, but it is, I don't know, just absolutely kind of crazy, like, the way that this has kind of turned into. Whoops, don't want to put that on.
And so I think it's another one of those things where, like, as I was saying earlier about the distractions, like Gonzaga doesn't have those distractions because we're not like paying. We're not really paying players.
Not really paying players. So they
I was friends with a bunch of players, and I know they weren't getting paid like illegally because I mean at Kentucky, like Kyle Wilcher transferred to Gonzaga and he was roommates with my friend Connor, but he was getting like $900 every away game when he was at Kentucky, and it was like for food. Is what it was, but it was $900. And then when he came to Gonzaga, he bought like a blacked out Mercedes. But Gonzaga wasn't like paying him, but he had saved up a bunch of money when he was at Kentucky that they were giving him, like literally 900 per travel game.
900 per travel game. That's crazy. That's crazy to think that you can make 9.
Garza double teamed. Ayayi came over to help out. Gives it off to Nunji, which he's so good at. He can find the open man.
Dang,
The shot is no good.
$900 a away game. How many away games is that? I mean, how many away games do you usually play? I mean, it's a 32 game season, right? So maybe like 16?
Yeah, like 16, yeah. So, I mean, he bought a really nice car. It was literally a blacked out Mercedes.
Garza, there's help from Timmy. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the
Wow, travel. There you go.
Yeah, traveling violation.
Man,
That's the 4th turnover
I was going to have to rethink their offense here.
for Iowa.
Both of these teams do a really nice job of taking care of the ball.
I always think it's funny when the
I was
What's that?
not athletic enough to keep up with us. But if they start draining threes, they'll be able to beat us. But our 3-point defense hasn't been very good all year. But they need to start hitting threes if they want to keep up.
Well, Garza needs to start passing it out quicker. He's kind of holding the ball like in the post, and it's creating too much time to where the defense can reset. Like, if you're gonna post him up, and then.
Dude, Suggs is just a god. Wait for this. The dude has hit 4 threes from that like exact spot.
And the drought is a little more than 3.5 minutes for the Hawkeyes. Suggs for 3 again. Yes!
But look how quick they get it up and down the court, though. And there's Larry expecting it. No reaction. That's what I coached him to do.
Garza's able to
Yeah, they're gonna have to start shooting threes. I mean, they're 2 for 10 right now on the floor for Iowa. This is not good.
whistle blows. Foul is called against the
You see that Suggs 3?
I did see that Suggs 3. It was deep.
It's an NBA guy.
That's an NBA guy.
From Suggs. He got 4 threes knocked down now.
Suggs has 4 threes.
It's not just an NBA guy. That's
They've all been kind of
an
rhythm
all-star.
threes for him.
That's your next John Wall. Is that what you're gonna call him?
He's recognized.
But better, yeah.
Defenders are back.
Oh, Suggs just heat checked,
I love the fact that both of
but he
these coaches
missed.
just fuel their teams with great confidence. They just play.
Still a good heat check though.
Play confidently.
And Nunji a little too strong with that 2-point field goal attempt. Dominic Harris, the freshman.
See, you know that Suggs is different because Few's not pulling him off the floor for heat checking. Few's usually very, you know, systematic.
Wants to find more playing time, obviously, in this disjointed season that we're undergoing in college basketball.
Mark Fuse, that chin diaper. I think all these coaches have chin diapers.
Yep, chin diaper mask.
Are both going to be integral parts of Gonzaga's team as we move further into the season.
Lol, I'm getting free throws.
Tuesday at 9 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Catch the 18th ranked San Diego State Aztecs as they battle St. Mary's on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. BYU.
Check this.
Oh, that was stupid.
Very impressive win. They controlled that pretty much from start to finish.
Yeah, Mitchell made it a 2-point game with about 2.5 minutes left, but then that was it.
Yeah, he had a 3 that he took that would have given San Diego State the lead, but BYU.
Oh, Garza's just missing and missing.
Hands here by Iowa in that zone defense.
I think they're just forcing. I think he's just trying to do too much right now.
Now see if they can convert.
Yeah, I'm just so happy Suggs didn't get hurt in that that last game.
I know he made it seem like he.
Yeah, I thought he had popped his Achilles or something.
I think Nunji came in and got Suggs with the lower forearm there, going after that rebound. Good move there by Garza and just overshot it, and there you see.
On the side, seeing how this Arsenal game.
So who do you think is gonna get the top picks in the draft for this next season? Because this is a deep draft with lots of talented players.
If I had to really look at it, I think the Cavaliers are going to be up there. Obviously, you know they're so bad, like it's ridiculous.
What do they need? They need like a big man. They need everything.
They need everything, but I think they just need like a scoring wing that's like very consistent. Like I like Cedi Osman, but I think Cedi Osman, he's not good enough to be a starter. So I think they're gonna have to look at just kind of like that scoring wing factor. I mean,
Timey just goes full big man here.
Full big man. Let me look.
Kispert for three off the pass from Ayayi. No good. Timmy with the rebound, and Timmy right back up and doesn't get the roll. But
basically, Timmy does what you do in 2K.
Yep, literally. Get the offensive rebound, miss the putback, get the rebound again, make the putback.
But then Luke Garza does the same thing on the other side.
Oh, Nemhard.
Let's see here. Let me look at NBA teams. I mean, this is like you said. This is like these next two draft classes are going to be so deep. It's ridiculous.
You think Chet goes #1 in the next one?
Nah, I think he needs to stay another year or two, in my opinion. I think he's still too skinny, and I still think he needs to bulk up a little bit or work on his skill.
He is too skinny, but
he's like
I mean, he's definitely not going to stay another year. He's going to be one and done if he even goes to college.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not like too convinced about Chet, in my opinion. I like Emoni Bates better.
I think Chet's like Zach Collins if he was like complete offensively, in my opinion. And Zach Collins was like a top, you know, he was number 11 or number 10, maybe 8. I don't even know.
Like, let's see here. Who else could be a low-level team? Minnesota going to be low-level. I wish Cat was a lot better, and like, I don't know, like, I think Cat gets distracted easily, and like obviously, you know, the death in his family was not planned or expected. You know, he had a lot of people die from COVID, but you know, I like besides that point, like it's just been kind of disappointing in Minnesota. Like I think they're gonna be back there again. I think the Thunder are gonna be there just due to the fact that they have so many draft picks. It's actually insane. So you're gonna see them probably be in there.
They're gonna be good probably in like 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, like, not everything is panned
I'm gonna use
out.
the restroom. I'll be right back. While you talk to the stream.
Alrighty. So, charge, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Just kind of talking here. I mean, like, kind of what Sean's point was about the draft coming up this year is that, like, you know, we see a lot of these NBA teams. Like, we're gonna see a lot of them try and tank for it, right? Like, we know that the Wizards, depending on their situation, could be in the same boat as last year. The New York Knicks are obviously going to be in the same boat as last year. Cavaliers are going to be. The Chicago Bulls, depending on how they get off to a hot start, might be. And the Detroit Pistons, man. Like, I just don't see Blake Griffin staying healthy enough to where they can compete and stay in the top. But as it pertains to the West, it's just a little bit harder to predict. But the Kings are going to be there. I think the Spurs are going to be there a little bit. The Grizzlies are going to be around that 9-10 spot. You know. It's a very competitive conference in the West, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think this, like I said, this draft class is very deep, and we'll see if there's going to be an interesting scenario as it pertains to like who goes where, and what happens. Kind of another story to kind of talk about. This is a very interesting thing. It looks like Kyrie Irving cleansing court with sage burning, then helps Nets beat the Celtics in return. I believe he's gonna be doing this as I believe this is what he's gonna be doing as a pregame ritual now from now on. He plans to burn sage before every game this season to honor his Native American heritage. Irving was seen burning sage, which is known as smudging on the court. You know, it just comes from a lot of native tribes. Irving said being being able to being able to sage, just cleansing the energy, making sure we're all balanced. When we all come into this job, we all come into this place. If not anything I do, like, and I don't necessarily find anything wrong in that. The thing that I find wrong with Kyrie Irving is just, I think Charles Barkley kind of said it. Like, I think he thinks that he's the smartest guy in the room. When I know that for a fact that I think he just does it to egg people on. He doesn't really do it to really, I would say, like with any, I don't know. He doesn't come off as genuine with that stuff sometimes. Oh, he's gotta finish that. But that's just my opinion. I mean, let me know what you guys think of the Kyrie Irving thing. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where I just don't know if that's, I mean, the burning of the sage, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, do what you want as long as it doesn't cause a fire in the building. But
well, he's such a good offensive player, and his teammates do a great job of playing through him and to him. He's had to work, but he's a relentless worker, so he doesn't mind. As a matter of fact, he's kind of like a football running back, that gets stronger as the game goes on because of his great work ethic. So Gonzaga wants to continue to make him work. They've shown him different looks. They've doubled him from the weak side, from the top side. But he's
Kispert, you got to pull up there.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
Didn't even announce yourself.
Oh, geez, these guys they got active hands right now. Oh, Cook, let's go. Gonzaga's so good with the transfers too. We got a lot of good transfers.
That seems that's like your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. That and international players.
Look at the spacing and movement.
An open three, and it's good.
Wow. And that's after Suggs is in there scratching and fighting for a ball. And that's the only place where I've seen Gonzaga be a little bit untidy. And you can see that in terms of some of the ball handling miscues they've had. But they haven't been costly because they've been efficient most of the time.
Dude, this Gonzaga team just, when they're on, it's over.
Didn't really have a full team practice until the middle of this week. And that's why Mark Few was a little concerned about timing and rhythm, and they're in rhythm right now.
But you noticed in our conversation with him, I said, you got a competitive bunch that loves to play. He said, Clark, I'm hoping that's going to be what carries us today. And so far, these guys are having fun because it's been
Gonzaga's really not fair.
And everybody wants to play a pickup game.
That's a little child, I believe. Whoever that kid is in like the freaking Gonzaga warm-up hoodie. That's a kid. That's like a 14-year-old kid. I don't know if he's like a practice player or whatever his role is on the team, but my lord, he is a very. He looks like he should not even be dressed up right now. It looks like he should be playing some high school basketball. So yeah, so it looks like Kyrie Irving is going to be smudging because he's going to his roots of his Native American heritage, and I kind of just talked about it earlier, Sean. So that's kind of why he's like burning sage like all around the court.
Is he Native American?
I believe he is. I'm not sure.
Like Elizabeth Warren, or is he actually Native American?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to.
Is he going to release his Ancestry.com results?
His 23andMe?
Like Warren did?
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. What do you make of like this Kyrie Irving like media debacle that's going on right now? Like, what do you make of it? Do you think Kyrie Irving's just kind of being like different for the sake of being different?
I think Kyrie is like the basketball version of Kanye West.
Okay, I could see it.
Yeah. Oh my God, Bernie, just wait for this next Suggs shot. This dude. This dude is just
he's built different
on a whole nother level. Yeah.
Suggs with 15 points, trying another three, gets another three. Suggs now.
You seen this, Bernie?
I am seeing this.
The dude is cooking.
Gonzaga's 10 for 15 on threes. Meanwhile, I was like 2 for 10, and then they just got an offensive foul. Man.
I was reading on Twitter here, someone saying that that Gonzaga could play. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but they said Gonzaga could play Iowa 10 times and beat them all 10. Iowa only knows how to play one way, and it's not how you beat Gonzaga. Like, you got to slow the game down.
Well, they definitely do need to slow the game down because this is definitely not working.
Yeah.
They just need to be a little bit more patient. I feel like they rushed it a little bit.
Anytime you extend that hip, that's an easy one for
your boy Ballo got the offensive foul. Oh man, that's crazy that a whole half of basketball is like an hour.
How about that? Looks like a phenomenal facility. Got a chance to get a virtual tour of it. Great basketball venue. And there's Garza taking advantage of going one-on-one there.
14 points now for Luka Garza, so he has 14 of the 35. Under a minute to play.
Yeah, Iowa needs to get this to.
That's a tough pass.
I think for Iowa to still be in this game, they need to get this within 10 points, I believe, or 12 to 10 points. They can come back from it just with the way that they shoot threes.
Yep.
But it's they need. Gonzaga has a little bit of a turnover-itis really quick. I mean, I think they have 10 turnovers now.
Yeah, we're definitely turning it over a lot.
This past off season, lost to the United States, the farthest his country's ever gone in a tournament of that stature. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Now that is a tough shots.
Bohannon? That was Bohannon.
Suggs took something in the face off that shot.
Yeah, it's Bohannon.
Yep, Jordan Bohannon into the paint.
Yeah, good aggressive take that time. And now Iowa down 14. Much like Gonzaga, this team has tremendous capacity to come back. Obviously, we're headed towards the end of the half, but to stop here, we'd have to figure
Why does it look like all these players are frozen?
Where they are coming into the second half.
Yeah, Iowa's 3 for its last 3.
Looks like Gonzaga's going to get the final shot.
Left. A blocking foul is called on Joe Toussaint.
I think he was in good position had he not.
Oh, they just fouled in the bonus, didn't they?
Well, that means Suggs, who already has.
Yeah, I think they just got into the bonus, into the Sabonis. Man, no Aubameyang for Arsenal. Interesting.
This young man's had some special games already. I mean, the game against Kansas.
We're not here to talk
phenomenal.
about that sport.
This game, I think we're seeing is athleticism big time in the first half.
Yeah, very simple.
Oops.
14-point lead. I'll take it.
Oops. Oh, and Everton scored.
He's a sneaky rebounder.
Not to.
Yeah, he found Kispert as the clock winds. 2 seconds left.
Alrighty, down 14. I actually don't think that's too bad. That's not an insurmountable lead for Iowa to come back from, but coach definitely has to go to the drawing board because right now trying to go to the post and trying to feed Garza and then try to do kickouts is not working for them. So they're gonna have to start, figuring out what offense they can run. Wow. I think that was Tierney who. Ooh,
I'm looking at Jalen Suggs mentioned on Twitter. We got someone says, "How do we get Jalen Suggs on the Knicks?"
Well, actually, now new and existing customers can get our best smartphone deal.
That sucks. I think.
That is historic, which means I'm making history.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to go to the Knicks.
Me, Dave Brown, existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
Just like every
Play with RJ Barrett.
Ugh, no thank you.
AT&T is making history.
RJ Barrett is just a liability waiting to happen.
I agree. I don't think he's very good.
I mean, that was kind of his gimmick. Like, I don't know. He was so much better in high school. I don't know what happened. I understand the competition's probably not as good, but I feel like it's completely changed. Like since.
To deliver care for your whole family. To provide
I don't know.
options beyond the expected. To help you lead
Like he was good in high school, but then once he moved to college and played with Zion and all them, it was just absolutely terrible.
lives here.
The Neighborhood, Monday
Oops.
on CBS,
I don't know why
or
this is-
watch on demand or stream anytime.
Play some music in the background while we wait for this game. So, Sean, first half, what'd you make of it?
Gonzaga looks amazing. Jalen Suggs living up to the billing for sure. Gonzaga commercial right now. Love it. Gonzaga education. Let's go.
Gonzaga education. Play some of this music in the background. So if you guys are just joining us, it's halftime right now. Gonzaga leads by, I believe, 14 points. So, we're kind of just going to listen to some music while we wait. Obviously, Jalen Suggs probably stood out the most just because he was the most active player out there. But was there any other player that kind of stood out to you in that first half, Sean? Or do you feel like it was just kind of the Jalen Suggs show?
Let's see. I mean, Corey Kispert stood out for me. He was hitting big shots the whole time. Basically, Kispert and Suggs just took over the game. But, I mean, I haven't seen anything out of Iowa that makes me feel like they're going to come back. I don't think they're athletic enough to keep up with us.
I don't know why my headsets are not working now. This is great. Give me one.
Did you not hear me?
I just gotta fix my headset.
Well, the stream can hear me, I think. So, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to keep you nice and entertained here.
Yeah, it's over.
6 games.
It's over. Let's see here. Check out the Facebook. Make sure I don't neglect those people who are on Facebook watching this live. We're chilling on Facebook. Alrighty, let's see here. Oh, whoops, camera is off.
Do you think Garza's going to be getting the league?
I think he'll be okay. I think, like I said, I think he kind of reminds me of like a Cody Zeller, that type of big, where it's like he's not necessarily gonna like be dominant, and like but I think he could give you spurts and moments where like he could do something to help your team. But I don't see him as like as a player that can really like he's definitely not top 10. He's not even. I don't even think he's top 50. I think he's probably like a late first round, probably early second round type of player. So I don't really see him being like a very like he'll be a good player like for sure, but I'm not convinced with him. Being like something other than like a Cody Zeller, if that makes sense. Like, do you see Luke Garza as a special player?
No, I don't see Luke Garza as a special player. I think he's just like a classic, really good college, like big man that you see that doesn't translate over to the NBA. I feel like it's a pretty classic player. Yeah, Tyler Hansbrough.
Tyler Hansbrough lasted in the league for a little bit. That's probably kind of like
he lasted in the league for a couple of years, but he was never like in college. He was the guy. That's like what Luke Garza is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of like. Yeah, I mean, like we'll see what happens with Luke Garza. I mean, like he definitely played a lot better.
Like a Tim Tebow of the NFL.
Hey man, Tim Tebow should have gone another shot. He had a winning record, but they didn't want him to be great.
He should have just accepted being a bench player on every team and milk that money.
Milk that money. Man.
So, do you guys think it's an ego thing when players like Tim Tebow aren't in the NFL anymore, and obviously Cap's a different situation, but do you think it's an ego thing? Like, why are there's backups who are obviously worse than them, but like, is there like a point in the NFL where it's like, oh well, this guy's too good to be a backup, so I don't even want to put him on my team?
No, I just think it's like an unwillingness to change positions. I mean, like we know that a lot of people don't want. They're like Tim Tebow. They asked him to change positions. He didn't want to, and then like he was forced to just kind of, just kind of be in his like whatever role he was. Like he always wanted to be a quarterback. Like that was like his gimmick. But then like I feel like some of these players, and like it goes to basketball too. Well, basketball may be different just because it's a different sport, but like especially for football, I feel like if you're not willing to change your position or willing to like adapt and change your game, to what the coaches want and be like, yeah, let's see you as like a running back, or let's see you as like a wide receiver, then I feel like, I mean, unless like you're going to like tremendously improve year after year, then like I don't see why you wouldn't just like change your game or change what you do just to be in the league. Like, unless you're going to get paid millions of dollars, speaking NFL wise, or like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like I would change my position. I mean, if they told me I had to play like a wide receiver role, I would do it. I don't know about you, Sean. I don't know if you're like have a different thing.
I mean, I feel like he's good enough to be a backup quarterback. I would just stay backup quarterback. I just saw this tweet. Seth Greenberg,
yeah,
college basketball ESPN analyst, says Jalen Suggs is a better shooting, not as creative a passing Jason Kidd. His poison presence is second to none. What do you think?
I don't think he's Jason.
What do you
Kidd.
think of that take? I don't think so either. He's way more athletic than Jason Kidd.
Like I think with Jason Kidd, like I know this is a lazy comparison, but I think Lonzo is more like Jason Kidd, like a guy that's not going to necessarily like wow you with the scoring, but is definitely going to like do the other things really well, like passing and rebounding. Like that's something that like I feel like Lonzo is more of Jason Kidd than I would say Jalen Suggs. Like Jalen Suggs to me reminds me more of like I'm trying to think who he reminds me of.
I'd already told you he reminds me of John Wall, but
yeah, I mean, I could see that being a comparison, but he just kind of let me see.
He's a better shooter than John Wall. No, I think he's a better shooter, but not as athletic. But I think like their flashiness is pretty similar.
Maybe like honestly, and this might be a little bit of a crazy stretch, I would say he kind of reminds me of like a guy like almost like Chauncey Billups. Like can score the rock. Like
Chauncey was nasty.
Can score the rock, but like his passing was very underrated. And I think that's what you're gonna get from like a guy like Jalen Suggs. Like I just think that he gives off that vibe of like poised, like commands the offense, but also is able to like if things don't go the way that he wants to, then he's able to like be in there and control the pace, control the tempo. So that's where I think Jalen Suggs is more like Chauncey Billups, and I think like Jason Kidd. Like Jason Kidd, I feel like you're not necessarily a scorer. You're more of like an assist man. You're more doing like the little things. That gets you that Hall of Fame career. Whereas like I just feel like Jalen Suggs is a little bit better of a scorer than Jason Kidd ever was. Like even right
Definitely.
now.
Yeah, I think he's way better of a scorer than him.
And if you are tuning in, guys, welcome in once again. Again, it is halftime right now of the Gonzaga-Iowa game. Believe Gonzaga is up by 14 points. Let me look at the official score. It's 51-37 at half. Jalen Suggs is absolutely going off. If we look at the stats really quick, Jalen Suggs has 18 points. He's 5 of 6 from three-point land. Luke Garza, 6 of 8 with 14. So he's doing his thing, but the rest of his bench is struggling. And I believe if we look at the box score and just kind of look at the 3-point shots, I believe Iowa is 2 for 10. Meanwhile, Gonzaga is 10 for 16. So they are definitely winning that battle, and that's the reason why they have such a big lead at the moment. It seems like their style and play for the Iowa Hawkeyes is definitely slowed down a bit, and it looks like they're gonna have to change their style. I mean, Sean, if you were Iowa, and I know that you don't like him for this game at least, like what do you think? What adjustments would you make in that game?
Sorry, what was the question?
I'm not surprised.
Oh my goodness, I'm done with you. We're done. Mute him. No, but what do you think Iowa needs to do coming from the break to stay or to get back into this game?
I mean, they need to start hitting threes. I mean, that's been their bread and butter. Luke Garza was shooting like 80% from three coming into the season. I don't know if he's shot a three, but he was like 16 of 19 or something heading into this game. They need to start hitting threes. I mean, that's the only way they can beat us. They're a team that runs a high tempo offense, but they're not that athletic. Like, they're the number one scoring team, but they're not that athletic, which is surprising. But if they don't start hitting a bunch of threes, they're not going to come back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, Arsenal tied the game. Man, I want to get this game back and going. Halftime, it just takes way too long. Let's see here. Oh, man. Let's see if there's any other kind of news and rumors we can kind of talk about. I don't think there's anything really. TJ Leaf got released. Let's see here if there's any other news that I can find. Alrighty, let's see here really quick. Gonzaga.
All right, I'm using the restroom. Will you take care of the charge?
I'll take care of the charge. Let's look at some NBA news. Let's see here if there's anything that's really worth talking about here. A lot of GMs kind of picked the Lakers to win the championship, and I believe they have Giannis winning the MVP again. So, I mean, nothing's really changed in that aspect. I mean, we're gonna see in the near future, like, you know, with Giannis signing that contract, are we gonna see kind of fatigue? Sorry if you guys can hear the freaking leaf blower. It's freaking ridiculous. It's like freaking Saturday, bro. Let me see if I can put some noise canceling on here. Filters. See if I can put some noise suppression on. See if that helps a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not sure what we're gonna make of this. I mean, like I said, I think I have the Lakers winning the championship once again. I mean, I'll probably do a predictions video with my boy Pete on Monday. So guys, check in on Monday. The new start time for the stream for Monday is going to be about, I believe it's going to be 1 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock. Sorry, 2 o'clock West Coast time. So wherever you're at, just kind of adjust to that. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about. We're going to be talking about it, and we're kind of going to get kind of his predictions on what the NBA is going to be like, you know, MVP, NBA champion. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that because it will be a fun stream to watch. And it looks like we are back in Gonzaga, so let's get the game going right now. We'll see if Jalen Suggs can continue the first half. We'll see if Iowa can adjust and make their adjustments to get back in this game. They're definitely gonna need it. Because right now it is not looking too hot for Iowa. Down 14 points right now. We'll see if they can get back into the game. It's going to take a lot of effort from both Luke Garza and also the guards as well for Iowa. I mean, Iowa right now is struggling from the three-point land, and are struggling to keep guarding the three-pointer in here. So let's see if we can.
9 basketball courts in all. This, of course, is the main one. Going right to work, switching sides of the lane, and Garza a little misdirection and the rebound.
Oh, don't be afraid to take that shot.
I think Iowa wanted a 3 there. They probably still do.
I thought Bohannon had one that he passed up.
Bohannon with the basketball. Watson with a couple of fouls is on him, and Suggs with the steal.
Man, they are struggling right now.
Against McCaffrey. All right, so Luka Garza, he got his numbers in the first half. He worked hard.
He really did. And you see Gonzaga showing a bit of a double team late there. Here he's able to get behind the defender in one-on-one coverage. Again, the double comes, but not really aggressive and well too late. Garza's so good at sealing his defender and getting deep real estate in the paint.
Watson with the miss.
Finish, and Garza with the second rebound.
Let's see here.
Of this half.
The Hawkeyes are going to have to try to get some stuff in.
Man, they're going to see, as much as I think the three-point shots are great.
These guys are definitely going to do
and one. You get touched.
Over 25 points per game in transition buckets. That's their 13th of this ball game.
Yeah, 13 to 4 fast break points in addition to the advantage at the three-point line.
Garza's triple team that he's fouled from behind. He's going to get a couple free throws.
I think that's Watson, Tom, that picked up the foul there.
That would be his third.
But I thought Mark Few got some decent minutes from his young freshman.
See if Garza can kind of get this game back in the.
Julian Swarther, he told us earlier this week that he's anticipating both of those guys with time. They've not had a ton of practice time, even during the season or preseason. But he feels like they can add some nice pieces in expanding his bench.
Bernie, I'm back.
Alrighty, you're back. Second half just started.
Yep, and I just read a comment on Reddit that said, someone, I'm guessing an angry Iowa fan, they said Jalen Suggs' game won't translate to the next level. His game is the next level.
He is the next level.
Literally, it's like he's 18 years old, plays like elite defense, passing, and fucking athleticism. Sorry for the language. And they say it won't translate to the next level.
I mean, it'll translate to the next level. I mean, he's too good. Like, he'll definitely be a top 5. It'll definitely be a top 8 pick. Like, no matter what.
He's 18. Yeah.
Iowa needed that.
Suggs with the answer and a pretty finish. That turned out to be a little easy after he split the defense.
Yeah, well, it was quite easy.
Garza double team, got loose as he knocks his way through.
Suggs is just automatic.
And he's just so strong and poised in there. You never see him really rush. Probably because he's so strong.
And you alluded to the work ethic. You'd be hard pressed to find someone with the kind of work ethic he has. And
Suggs is continuing his hot start.
That's 6 threes.
Yep.
And they're just executing so well.
He knows that this is the, biggest game of the college basketball season so far.
What is Iowa doing, dude? Like, these are some bad shots. Like, they're not looking and swinging. Like, there's some open passes that these players can make, and they're just not making them.
And again, no need for an outlet pass with just about any of the Zags. All of them, the guys.
Suggs is putting on a show. This is the biggest game of the college basketball season. #1 against 3.
And here's Suggs. Just seeing what the defense
and I was completely Garbaggio right now.
That is a good way of putting it.
Carbaggio.
He's one away from
too much fettuccine out here. You know what I'm saying?
He likes national TV.
He sure does. The slip pass.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
And he's able to lay it in.
It's ballooned up to 18. It's gonna balloon up to freaking 20 in a second.
5 assists, 4 rebounds.
Can you say stat sheet stuffer supreme?
Stuffer. Wieskamp with the answer in the 3.
There we go, Timmy.
And this is where Iowa has to find a way to offer some resistance defensively. Again, you don't have to be great all the time defensively when you've got offense like these two teams have.
Dude, Garza's the only one on this team who can do anything. And
stiffen up.
Like right there. Timmy was left wide open in front of the free throw line.
Exactly.
Feed him. Feed your big man.
They go inside to Garza. Little help defense from Nemhard.
He's trying to force something there. Yeah, he overdid it there. He should have passed that ball out. You don't have your initial move to beat the double team. You can maybe give it one more pause, but after that, you got to get rid of it.
Suggs is going to visit the free throw line off that pass from Timmy. The foul against the Hawkeyes. That'll be the 3rd foul on McCaffrey.
You know, I made the point in the first half that Gonzaga's offense is probably 25% of its defense, meaning because they're so good offensively and when they execute, it gives the defense a chance to set up.
Jalen Suggs at 23 points already, 6 of 7 from 3.
Was an example of the offense
bro, yeah, Suggs has 24 points. Iowa has 45. He's like...
And now you're in a broken floor situation, cross-match, and end up committing a foul and giving the Zags an opportunity to extend the lead from the free throw line.
24 for Suggs as he misses the 2nd shot. You saw Patrick McCaffrey come in for his brother Connor.
Yeah, I just think right now, like,
free throw line jumper.
the rest of the, basically the rest of the team for Iowa is just absolutely.
Bro, so I typed in Jalen Suggs. Dude, listen to this. So I typed in Jalen Suggs on Twitter, and I hit latest. Oh, so it just keeps updating. One of the latest tweets, like top 5 latest, is from Brad, and it says Jalen Suggs is single-handedly obliterating Iowa. LMAO. Shout out Virgil Hawkins.
Virgil Hawkins, yeah, definitely watching the game early in the morning. Brad's getting
tweeting.
That.
He's tweeting.
He's tweeting early in the morning. Yeah, I mean Jalen Suggs is literally cooking right now.
This is the new iPhone.
It's you know, let me mute don't want to listen to that. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, Jalen Suggs is definitely carrying the team right now, definitely doing his thing. It's like Iowa has yet to adjust or change the game plan against Gonzaga, and I feel like that's really what's costing them points right now. Is that they haven't yet adjusted their game. Like, I understand, like, you got to play to your strengths and kind of do what you do, but when you play a team like Gonzaga, who you know, like, is gonna kill it on the fast break, who's gonna, like, be in transition. I mean, you also have, I mean, you're not, I mean, obviously we're not accounting for these threes from Jalen Suggs because, you know, we haven't really seen him take like that many shots, I believe, in a college game, like that many 3-point shots. And, you know, when you're cooking, when you're in the zone,
this is more than he's taken all season, I bet.
Exactly. And I don't think Iowa was prepared for that, but Iowa needs to start changing their game and they need to start looking at like what we can do.
They don't have a guard athletic enough to guard him right now, is basically what they're figuring out.
Yeah, I mean, that guy got kind of crossed over and legs broken. Let's see here. See here. See if there's any. Not really any NBA news. Yahoo. See if there's anything in the Yahoos. Nope. Any type of news. Let's see kind of the lottery prospects. We'll go to ESPN Plus and kind of look at it. Actually, we'll do this on this one. Let's go here, NCAA men's basketball. Maybe this one, or was it NBA? Might have been NBA. Yeah, here we go. I'll put the game back on in just a second. Minnesota Player of the Year. Defender. All right, what do you think of these? So ESPN, when I looked at their scouting, Sean, they do have Jalen Suggs as a projected role to being a franchise point guard.
Yeah, that as he is. He is a franchise point guard.
More like a normal.
And then like the physical player comps they have are Gary Harris, Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, just for like the height and the weight and sort of the same wingspan.
Wait, do they have player comps for him?
No, they just have like his like physical comps and just kind of like what the projected role would be.
Okay.
I mean, kind of what
I
I'm
want
seeing.
that guy running my franchise.
Like from what I'm looking
I'd
at,
give him the keys.
like Evan Mobley, they have him as a franchise center. They have Jalen Green as a creating combo guard, but like if your projected role is franchise point guard, why would that not be like? I mean, he is top 3. It looks like, or sorry, top 4 at this point.
They have Suggs top 4.
Yeah, at least like to this like kind of going through the projection like of the rankings. Like they have Cade Cunningham, they have Evan Mobley, they have Jalen Green, and then they have Jalen Suggs next.
I think people are actually underrating Jalen Suggs because the fact that he's so polished. And like you look at like the other players who are rated ahead of him, like they're definitely not playing as good as him or like even look as good as him on the court, but like they're like, oh, they're potential. But just like I feel like it's almost a negative that he's so polished.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's going to like what if this is just his, still his rawness and he's going to become like that good.
2+ week break from games is going to produce this kind of effort. Mark might want to shut it down for another week and a half.
And we talked to him about it. You asked him, is it the same as starting the season? And he said, well, at least starting the season, we were working out every single day. We were getting practice in. He said, I've had to go over our inbounds plays again these last couple of days.
Well, so far,
see if we can get some sort of crazy crazy streak going for Iowa. But I think you're right, man. It's just like there is no
competitive spirit, and they're a veteran team, an experienced team. They're a hungry team.
There's no guards that they have on their team that's just like really doing anything for them.
Even on short preparation.
Now they're running the zone.
Because both of these teams are really,
man, they are struggling defensively. Like their zone is just pretty god awful. You can tell that they don't play a lot of zone.
Yep, 20-point game.
And the steal.
Geez, we're being the number 3 team in the country by 20.
It's a 20-point game, and Toussaint foul going up. We'll get a couple free throws for the Hawkeyes.
Thank goodness.
13:24 to play. That's 4 fouls on Watson.
What the Zags do so well, turn missed shots or mistakes into points rapidly.
So Watson with number 4. Free throw is good for Joe Toussaint, the sophomore. Started 20 games last year at the point guard position.
Well, if you're Iowa, if you can find some way to create a few stops in succession, you know you've got enough offensive firepower.
Jalen Suggs to the Knicks.
But you need to
what do you think, Sean?
some stops so you can dig into
What do I think? What?
Jalen Suggs to the Knicks.
Cook leaves it for Timmy, and Timmy goes
I mean,
to the basket and is fouled by Garza. And we'll get 2 free throws.
I think Suggs. I mean, I'd like to see Suggs go to a team that has some shooters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, just looking at.
Like, I want him to be able to distribute, and like I feel like his passing and defense is almost his best attribute. And so I'd like to see him go to a team that, you know, wouldn't have R.J. Barrett running shooting guard.
But R.J. Barrett, he's good. He adds dynamic.
Julius Randle is their best player.
Man, I wish that the Baylor game was on right now. You don't want.
I think Baylor would have given us a much more competitive game than this.
I know. I would just too gimmicky. You want to know something crazy?
Suggs under the basket, and his shot is blocked away. Gets it back, and it's kicked out of bounds by Suggs.
What are you saying?
Do you want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
The blue in the on the court, that used to be the original lane. That's what the lane used to look like back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, it was like that skinny.
Why?
I don't know who designed the court, but it was that's what it used to look like back in the day, just like that little skinny and then like the little ball at the top. Let me see if I can find a picture of like an old school court. Let's see, what would it be like 19?
Well, we wondered about conditioning. What did Mark Few say? He said, I'm concerned about conditioning and timing.
Let's see here.
Conditioning's been an issue, and timing certainly hasn't either. McCaffrey trying to penetrate as the ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll remain Iowa basketball. 11:57 to play here in the second half. The #1 team in the country has been, well, just that today. The best team in the country.
This is an extremely tough challenge that Canelo is taking on.
Canelo Smith tonight, live on DAZN. Download the DAZN app.
Here we go. I'll share it with the team. Or with the team. I'll share it with the chat here.
Lemon pepper, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings. Now with free delivery.
Perfect. Look at this. I don't know if you can see here.
On CBS.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
I don't know if you're on my stream, but like you can see the. This was like way back in the day. With like I don't know if you.
I just see you on the stream. Wait, now it's doing the basketball. Oh, whoa! Now I see it.
That's how it used to be back in the day. It used to be like that small.
Oh.
Like.
Looks like a microphone or something else.
This is like back in the day with like George Mikan and all them.
No 3-point line.
No 3-point line either. Also, shout out to the Charge. We're watching this here live.
What was the point of the lane?
I'm not sure necessarily. I mean,
like, why did they make that?
Really cool about saying I'm going to a place that is steeped in history of excellence.
Is this when John Stockton was playing?
You feel it.
No, this is like.
Understand it, and you're proud to be able to say, "This is where I did my education."
Let me see
proud
here.
to be a Zach.
The Pacifica Hybrid runs on good vibes and love. Actually, it's electricity.
So the original key was narrow and shaped like a keyhole. So I think that's kind of what the gimmick of like why it's called a key is because like it used to be like people would compare it to like the keyhole of like a door way back in the day. So hence the name the key with the wide free-throw circle with the head and the shade lane with the body. It's also been called the cup or bottle in other languages because of how it looks from other perspectives. Due to the narrow key, imposing centers like George Mikan dominated the paint, scoring at will. To counter this, the key was widened to 12 feet from 6 feet.
take a look at the fast analysis presented.
So, like, I think the rules were still there, Sean. So, like, the 3 in the key and all that other stuff was there. And then they realized, like, oh, shoot, this is really small. And that, like, you can basically...
Oh, so that's why they call it the key. They call it 3 in the key because they shaped it as a keyhole.
Yeah. And then they changed the shape of it. And the reason why they changed the shape is because of how dominant some of the centers were in the league back in the day. So they decided that, like, all right, you know, we're going to whatchamacallit, we're gonna widen it so that way, like, centers can't have like a huge advantage and they actually have to, like, step out. Because, like, if the key was still that small to this day, like, you...
Bro, wait for Jalen Suggs' defensive play. You need to see this. Just he just embarrassed that dude. Oh, that was a time. Oh, damn. Nope. This guy's ref saying nope, off their hand.
How athletic.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Dude.
He's so short.
Dude, he's a freak athlete, though.
But he's not even big.
And then he dropped that dime that should have been finished by IE, but oh well.
He really should have.
Actually, that should have been passed ahead.
Yeah.
And Frederick elected to keep it.
Luckily,
why did he?
II's specialty is offensive rebounds.
Why did that guy go up against Jalen Suggs? He really should have passed ahead.
I know. Yeah. You thought he had a free bucket.
Dribbles in, goes to Suggs from the corner. A little too strong. With the rebound, and he's fouled going up. I thought he may have traveled a little bit.
Take by
That was a legal step there, a little jump stop step, but man, he has been a demon on the glass.
I'm hoping we get II for another year. I think if we keep II, I think he'll stay for another year. But if he does, I think he'll be a first-round pick next year.
He makes the free throw.
Yeah. Man, imagine if the keyhole was, or if the key was still that shape in today's game.
Yeah. He's just such a good all-around player, and he's a perfect fourth option.
Tall player would do is basically the point was to make tall players less effective, to change it.
Yeah, because basically like where Luke Garza was just got the rebound, like that's basically where his bread and butter is at, right? Like if how big the court is now, like you can get 3 in the key easily. But like before, it was that small. It's like you can't even get 3 in the key until you actually get into the keyhole. So it's like, you know, big men like Wilt Chamberlain and all those guys just like were too OP, and they were like, all right, we got to change the rules.
Corey Kispert 4 fouls. Not good.
That's right. He did his job today. Got some solid 3s in.
So 2 free throws. The first one is good.
I mean, it just seems like Iowa just gets to like 15 point, you know, they cut it down to like 15, and then just, you know, they lose. They're like defensively, they're just a liability, so they can't even guard like your guys.
Another game.
And like Jalen Suggs is absolutely killing it right now, so it's like we'll see. We'll see if Iowa can even pull it back to within like 10.
McCaffrey inside to Garza, and Garza is bumped before he
Garza's.
They'll get Timmy on that one, and it means Garza will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Well, that's another way you can start trying to chip away at a deficit, is to get the ball inside, draw fouls, and you've got to convert at the line. It works 2 advantages for you. 1, you can add points, and 2, you slow down the team that wants to really play a free-flowing kind of game.
Balu will check back in as Timmy has 3 fouls. And now Garza with 20 points. He averages 29.2. And the front of the 1-and-1 is no good.
They've missed. Both teams have missed some free throws today that have stymied runs.
Yeah, Iowa 7 of 15 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Not against the #1 team in the country.
Nunji back in for the Hawkeyes. Suggs pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound
14-point game, 10 minutes left.
Luke Garza.
Suggs is starting to force it a little.
Yeah, I think the streaky shooting's coming in a little bit to play here. Just kind of like the gimmick that it's kind of been for him. Like,
and Kispert's got 4 fouls, which isn't great. Oh, Ballo.
When you score, you can get your defense set and see if you can be disruptive at this end.
Yeah, Gonzaga, you saw that note. They've missed, the Zags have missed 8 of the last 9 shots.
Wow.
You can hear them say, finish, finish, finish. And he does.
Finish,
Obedient, caught it and finished. Pretty good footwork by the big fella there.
Garza got a step, cut off with a double team. Inside, they leave it.
I mean, in the NBA, like, Luke Garza's not going to be able to do what he just did there. Like, basically hold the ball in the post and, like, be able to make passes. Like,
yep.
When he catches it down there.
Yeah, because he's such a good passer, too.
Yeah, he's just got to look opposite as quickly as possible if he's not going to get into a shot.
One-handed pass to the opposite side for Cook.
Man.
We can trade buckets with Garza all day. I don't care. He's not going to be.
With his ability to make not only good cuts, but well-timed.
They're not playing defense. They're
like, they're trying to do like a zone. They're trying to do like a press, like not really a press, but more so like a try to hurry up Gonzaga to half court and trying to get them to like take rush shots.
They're basically bullying Omar Ballo right now with Garza. Ballo's not going to guard this guy. Oh, Suggs, come on.
Like defensively, like I don't know if I like their game plan necessarily, like because they're not like defensively they just can't get in the right positions. I know that they're trying to go from like the press to like a zone.
What a late call on this. Okay.
Wieskamp with the steal, heading to the basket, knocked away by Nembhard. No foul was called, and now a foul is called on the floor.
Don't know why they rewarded that bad layup attempt. Like it's probably the second. Like this.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bailout. Like the ref was like, "Oh, maybe I should have called a foul on it," and then called a BS one on the rebound.
I don't know, but Iowa needs to go on a run here. It's either now or never if they want to get back into this game. Hopefully there's a good out-of-bounds play that the coach is drawing up. We'll see what their out-of-bounds play is when they come back from the break.
Wow.
I'll make sure to have it on so I can see
And
it.
now I'm going to go on a break.
And if you guys are soccer fans, Arsenal right now is losing 1-2 to Everton. What do you think, Bobby Flay? Bobby Flay. Man, come on, get back from the timeout. Ugh. Enough of this Rick and Morty Pringles commercial. $60. Alrighty, I think we're back from break. There you go. You got that NCAA CBS Sports. I wonder what they're going to do for the tournament, Sean. What do you think the college basketball is going to do for it? They're going to do like a one single location tournament, or do you think they're going to try and maybe shorten it? Or I can just talk to myself. Oh, wow. Heritage Courts in South Dakota. Let's see what they run here on the out-of-bounds play. See if they run a set or not. Hey, Yoy, how you doing, man? I know the stream isn't necessarily the best, but hopefully you're enjoying. Just because we can't show the game, the one thing that sucks about watch-alongs is that I can't really show the game, which is absolutely ridiculous. But hopefully you're enjoying your lunch break. We're just kind of going over the Iowa Gonzaga game right now, so that's what we're kind of doing here. Oh.
For either the upcoming Iowa season or for even beyond the
Let's see
college
here.
game.
Exactly.
Close game, actually. 13 points. It's getting
hot in her.
Oh no.
Good possession here if the
My mom's
Hawkeyes
making
can
the
convert.
Scotty.
Yeah, Murray in the ball game. He played a little bit in the first half. Connor McCaffrey up top. Shot clock is under 10. McCaffrey lets it fly short.
I forgot you're a Zags fan. I forgot about that.
81-70.
Here we go. We got a game now.
7:49 to play here in the second half. We'll be back.
The day the world stopped.
Alrighty.
Having Corey Kispert in foul troubles hurting us.
It is a little bit, right? Not spreading out
What?
the floor.
It's our guy. It's our
Can't even see him behind the center. Max Borghi.
Be on board.
Borghi's playing.
Oh my God. Wow.
That wasn't good. We're watching the first drive. I'm letting you know right now. Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Sean?
Yep, you
We're
are.
watching the first drive.
Here. Jersey Mike's. You a fan of Jersey Mike's?
I actually do kind of like it.
Eoy, from a coaching standpoint, how big of a lead or deficit would you consider a game to be out of hand? Casually Zach fan, because my stepdad is an alum. I would say like for college basketball, I think 20 points is kind of insurmountable. I think if you have a 20-point lead, it's just like I feel like that's too many. That's too much points, especially in college basketball where you're not consistent on threes. Like the thing with college basketball is that even though the 3-point shot is definitely a big factor in it, I just feel like they don't necessarily make it an emphasis in college compared to like the NBA where the spacing is much bigger. Like the courts are much bigger. Where I feel like NCAA, the courts. Oh, sorry if I hit the mic, but the courts are a little bit smaller, so like you don't see a lot of coaches running a lot of 3-point sets. Like you get 3-pointers out of some sets, but more so as it pertains to college basketball, I think 20 points is just out of hand. Unless like you're gonna shoot lights out and your 3-point defense is just absolutely garbaggio. That's the only time I ever see it being a factor, in my opinion. Like, because I do think that when I look at everything, when I see it, I do believe that just college basketball is a completely different game. Like I understand, like they were down by 20 points, I believe Iowa was. But yeah, I do think that 20 points in a college game is probably insurmountable. I think 15 is doable, but I think once you get to that 20 mark, like I think teams are good enough, especially with how much shot clock there is in college, where it's like 35 seconds or maybe 30 seconds. I can't remember if they changed it or not. But yeah, I think about 20 points is kind of the insurmountable lead
Attack and get some scores. It's right
to where I think that you're comfortable with the 20-point lead.
Zags just cannot hit right now.
They've gone cold.
They have.
There's that streaky shooting from Suggs.
Yep.
I think he may have gotten a piece of that, just a touch. Good look.
Alrighty, Sean. You getting a little nervous right now?
I actually am.
Just what you want if you're Iowa. Get some stops, attack quickly, and nothing better than being able to eat into the.
Well, you're close to your over/under though. I'll say that. You're about 20 points away. If that guy made the free throw, you could have been less. Wait, Sean, how much money are you gonna make if you do get this right?
I think I win like 185 on the 100.
Hey, there you go. Luke Garza's back in the game. He's looking to make a difference out here. Can Jalen Suggs and the Bulldogs maintain their lead? I don't think it's been a single point deficit in a minute. Ooh.
That means both teams now are over the limit, and free throws will be shot both ways. Let's see. Yeah, they got to call that. Clearly. Yeah, you could do McCaffrey or is that Nunji as well up there?
Yep.
So yeah, you had to pick them there. You got to give. I mean, freedom of movement. You can't put your hands on a guy trying to make a cut to the rim.
So now Timmy to the line. He's 1 for 2 today. He has 13 points. And he makes the front end.
It's a 10-point game.
The thing about trying to come back from a big deficit is your margin of error is so thin. You know, you can fight and fight, and all the other team that's been on the lead has to do is come up with a couple of buckets, and they give you the Heisman on your comeback.
Back to an 11-point game.
Oh, wow. They shot 20 free throws. Wow, they're 50% from free throws. No wonder they're losing so much.
Ours is a bucket.
Wieskamp up top to Nunji, back to Toussaint. He's been cut.
Come on, boys. Pull it together. Hit that three. Let's go, Cooks.
Garza turnaround jumper is good.
Love it. Great turn to face. Beautifully done. And the right time to do it. He went quickly into that move, Tom. No hesitation.
12-14
from the floor.
Got a Hawkeye chant going in the stream.
Yeah, there's a Hawkeye chant going in the background here.
Did he hear me?
The transfer from Southern Illinois.
No fear there.
Let's
Great
go,
confidence
Sparty.
with that shot.
And a turnover. It's going to be Gonzaga basketball with 6:29 to play here in the second half. So the second three-pointer of the second half for Gonzaga, you know, almost gives them a chance to breathe a little bit.
Timmy and Kispert, 4 fouls.
Timmy.
Yep, 4 fouls for Timmy.
Timmy, 4 fouls. I mean, who they bring in? Balo?
Especially the big guys, you don't necessarily. If you just
I bet look, we were on Watson. I bet we were on small ball lineup.
Your body is big enough. You just got to be a little. Well, that wasn't a ton there. Now that I look at that one,
all right,
that
so
was a tough call.
Clark, he has 4.
Yeah.
Kispert has 4.
Balo can't even come close to guarding Garza, so he's a liability right now.
That's a walk on Toussaint.
Man, so many travel calls in the college game. It's a breath of fresh air compared to the NBA.
Toussaint will check out. Let's see if Jordan Bohannon checks back in. Bohannon will check.
Suggs is having a rough second half.
Yeah, he kind of quieted down after like the first maybe 5 minutes in the second quarter, like in the second half. Like he just got really quiet. So, you know, I think that we do need to see a little bit more from Jalen Suggs. Like if he's not
Suggs
scoring,
keeps grabbing his leg, dude. He keeps grabbing his quad.
He must be hurt or something. I mean, it's like
against Garza. Nemhard for three, no good. Rebound by Garza. That's number 9 for him. Garza can shoot it from outside.
Garza, just an instant bucket out here.
Right to the basket.
It's overpowered him. Oh, man.
Big time.
Oh, he is so good and so efficient.
That's 30 now for Garza. Not a surprise.
Not at all. He averages 29.
Nemhart working against Nunji. Bounce pass to Watson. How did he know he was there?
He's got great vision, great feel.
That was a great pass to Watson.
Covered him when he was at Florida, and he told me his soccer playing as a youngster.
Interesting.
Helped with his perspective and vision. You know, those games are similar, soccer and basketball. Soccer is basketball without your hands, really. Physical, switching the ball, reversing it. Ball skills required by everybody.
Well, his vision's going to find him beyond the three-point line for that attempt, no good. And a pushing foul.
Pushing foul.
Is going to go against
Man.
Frederick.
I mean, the one thing you can make about this Iowa team, and also what kind of led to their like almost 20-point downfall, is just the fact that they were 10 for 20 on free throws, and also like, you know, at 1 point 2 for 10 on 3-pointers. So it's like they're not making
so many free throws.
I mean, 10 for 20. I mean, that's a 10-point. You add 10 points, it's a it's a 10-point game. I mean, it's just, you know, that's something that a lot of coaches emphasize, especially whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's NBA. Like, you have to make your free throws because those are like the easy gimme ones. If you don't capitalize on that, especially when you shoot 20 of them, it's not a good look.
That was a great line.
Bohannon off the glass, no good. Rebound by Suggs.
Well, if you're the Zags now, you just want to tread water. You don't want to give any.
Your Utes are playing Wazoo right now in football, Bernie.
I know. I think it's the final game for both those teams.
Don't settle. Only
Wazoo's looking to finish the season 2-2. Utes are looking to finish 3-2.
Oh, yeah, because I think
What a season.
I think the Cougs had a lot of games canceled, right?
Good plays, good ball movement there.
And a 3-shot foul.
3-shot foul.
Suggs, which means Frederick is going to go to the free throw line.
Wow. A chance to get it back down to 10 and then get into the full court pressure that has had a little bit of an effect, not much on Gonzaga, but still plenty of time left for the Hawkeyes to make a late surge.
First free throw is good. Gather the family for some holiday fun and play together on The Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here.
3 is good. Trying to make this a 10-point
What's going on
game.
here? What do you think, Sean? Does he make it a 10-point game? You're ahead of me.
Nah, it's not going to happen.
That happened.
3 straight threes. 3 straight free throws, excuse me. And it's 89-79.
Is Kispert back in the game?
The pressure from Iowa. Kispert back in his 4th
Ooh.
foul. Ball knocked away. Lewis picked up by the Hawkeyes. Now let's see if they can get something in transition. Bohannon leading the way with Murray.
You find Garza if you can.
Yep.
Got to play through him in the half court.
They're working against
goodness.
Watson, who has 4 personal fouls.
Double screen.
Bohannon for 3, no good. He's just been off the mark today.
Man, they really need to start playing through Luke Garza. I don't know why they're shooting all these threes.
Garza needs to shoot some threes.
Well, they're not like, the thing with what's kind of weird to me is that coach is not running like, basically if Luke Garza is your #1 player, like why are you not running sets that go through him to get him in the spots that he likes? Right now what I'm seeing is that like maybe you know give credit to Watson, he's kind of doing a much better job now, but you know it's just one of those things where you want to see.
Oh boy. But they want to call me Mother Blues. That's all right with me.
They need to start running some sets for him and getting him open. Like, well, you know, if he wants it in the post, get him in the post. If he wants a 3-point shot, get him there. But, you know, you're going to have to start playing through him now because these 3-point shots that these guys are shooting, they're missing. And it's going to kind of expose them if they go to the tournament. And that's kind of, they need to start thinking about that.
And every bone you spend helps her become an archaeologist.
But that's just my opinion.
More students, more money, so they can get more degrees and crush more life goals.
Suggs had a rough second half.
Do they have his second half stats?
I don't know. I've just seen him. He's missed like his past like 5-6 shots.
Let's see here.
Oh, Jalen Suggs grading Cade Cunningham.
Let's see. Let's see if anybody.
I texted Allison.
Doesn't really see here. Look at, let's go.
Do not have access to high quality computer science and STEM education. I joined Amazon because I wanted to change education, and I am impatient. Amazon gives me the resources to change the world at a pace that I want to change it. We provide students STEM scholarships and teachers with support. I'm a fighter, and I'm fighting for all students.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs is 7 for 15 now, 6 of 9 from 3, 4 of 7 from 3-point. You know, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 turnovers. So, you know, the 6 turnovers from both Drew, Timmy, and Suggs is what's kind of keeping the Iowa Hawkeyes still in the game, still alive. So they're definitely gonna need to address that when they watch the film. You know, whether they watch it tomorrow or they watch it before the next game, they're definitely gonna have to look at that. We got Alabama and Florida tonight. Fun game.
Bro, I have breaking news for the Charge.
What's the breaking news?
And for you. My mom just texted me and said, I went to grade school with the Iowa coach, Fran McCaffrey. He was my first kiss playing Spin the Bottle.
Late breaking news,
For
everybody.
real.
Sean's mom.
My mom kissed the Iowa coach when married.
When married, Christ. Wow, Suggs blew that dunk.
Is that a little too much? He was suspended in air. That pass got there a little. Either he mistimed his jump or the pass wasn't direct enough. Had a little too much helium under it.
It'll be Garza who's called for the foul with Nembhard.
Let's see. Take another look. Well, no, that's one he's got to convert. Yeah. Now you look at the replay. Wasn't easy, but it's doable, especially for a guy of his athleticism. Looked like he lost it just a little bit. Didn't quite squeeze it in his palms, and it started to squirt on his fingertips a bit.
First free throw, no good.
Well, the Zags are
Let's go, Fran McCaffrey.
Iowa to remain hopeful because they've missed a couple of free throw opportunities.
It's our ball.
I get it.
What does Pfizer vaccine mean for the pandemic? 60 Minutes talks to the team's key players to find out.
Oh my God, dude. Suggs is just getting his ass beat this half right now.
I think he's like, he must be like 1 for something, right? Like it's not even.
He's probably like 1 for 6 this half. He hit that 1-3 at the beginning.
Well, I think it's safe to say you got your, I believe you got your over-under.
Got what?
I believe you got your
My over?
over-under, right?
Oh, 170? Yeah, I did. Did I? Oh, no, I need 2 more points, don't I?
You need 2 more points. Which,
Watch, they're not going to score for the final 256.
That'd be crazy. Just like no one scores.
He had a big first half for Gonzaga, not so much because of foul trouble in the second half.
Yeah, his rhythm was disrupted, and another miss, and a big rebound there by Nunji. There's a good look for Wieskamp.
For 3.
Man, he's got a. Man, Iowa's just so
That's been the story too. The inability
bad.
for Hawkeyes to knock down threes.
Yeah, 4 of 19.
Yeah,
Clark.
and they came in making an average of 12 of 29.
Bro, Zags cannot freaking play defense right now. It's about to be an 8-point game.
Especially in that first half, because there weren't a lot of quality threes to be had. I thought the perimeter defense from Gonzaga was really pretty good.
And Suggs falls to the floor as he connects on another three-pointer.
Jalen Suggs.
Oh, did Suggs just hit a three?
Yep.
A season high.
He did?
Yeah.
I'm behind because Zach keeps changing the TV to the Wazoo game, so I'm watching a stream that's like 2 possessions behind you. Like, because even though the Pac-12 played their conference championship yesterday, Wazoo has a football game today that apparently matters.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna matter, bro. Wow, Timmy fouled out.
Timmy fouled out?
Timmy fouled out.
Zach now won't switch the game back to the Gonzaga game because of what I said, mentioning that the conference championship took place yesterday.
And that it doesn't matter. Just like
they said they kind of had built it 3,200, which is less than this facility, but they kind of built it like with Hinkle Fieldhouse on the campus of Butler in mind.
That old school field with modern amenities. It's a really nice combination.
Ooh.
You say that Ayayi went early on that one?
That's what it appears. Somebody went early for Gonzaga.
So McCaffrey will get another shot.
What's the score, Bernie?
82-93. At the line.
Good.
Missed his second free throw again. Even though he got a retry because they left early in the lane.
You can determine who comes out on top. And Gonzaga has had a huge advantage in the three-point game. The turnover game has been comparable.
Go.
Free throws have been comparable, but rebounding early on was clearly in favor.
I like that.
I think the Hawkeyes have closed the
Abe
gap
Lucas,
here
Archbishop Murphy graduate, our right tackle, all American.
Yep. Going pro.
Yeah, I went to middle school with that kid. Or like he was like in when I was in middle school, he was in grade school.
How big was he when you were in middle school and he was in grade school?
He was like
was he always big?
He was 6 foot, I think, when he was in like middle school, if I remember right. And then he like grew to like 6'8", or however tall he is.
That's insane. Was he like 6 feet tall in 6th grade?
Yeah.
That's insane.
He was a tall kid. He's always been a tall kid, like even like elementary.
I mean, he's going to the NFL for sure. He was an All-American as a freshman, a right tackle.
The free throw is good. Nembhard, he's been solid today.
Did you go to Heatherwood? Where'd you go? Middle school.
Second shot.
St. Thomas.
No good. Loose ball. Garza's got it.
That's not Heatherwood.
Oh, here we go. Bang out. And I think this game, I think we're going to call it over.
Hopefully. I don't know. You know, switch really quick just for. I mean, this is like 3 possessions behind.
The layoff. Is that Connor McCaffrey?
I think so.
Coach's son on the floor.
Oh, it's over. Just kidding. It's probably not over, but it is basically over. What's the score?
84-96.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Like coach.
I'm gonna use the restroom 1 sec. Then we can sign this baby off.
Sign this baby off. Okay, hype for the fly. The fighting. Oh, sorry, I didn't really have this up. But hopefully you enjoy your lunch. You know, we'll see you probably. I'll be on tomorrow because I'm just gonna live stream my NBA draft, my mock draft, or not mock draft, but my NBA fantasy basketball draft. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, everyone's hyped for the Chicagoland area, hyped for the fighting. You know, the Illinois, they're a pretty good team since that 2005. Yeah, I'm curious to see whether they can make that big run and make that big leap that we've kind of known and come to love from Iowa. So, you know, we'll see if they can kind of kind of set this up. You know, I'm excited for it at least. But hopefully you have a good lunch, Eloy, and we'll catch you later on another stream. All right, man? Take care. Let's see here.
I can't believe my father is Fran McCaffrey.
Dude. That's crazy, man.
Fran McCaffrey's not the... My dad's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up for Fran. Because Fran had to coach, so he couldn't raise me.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. That's how it works. Let's see here. But yeah, this game is basically over, man. I mean...
Number 1 and number 3 have convened, and it's been all number 3s winning until today. Actually, Ohio State, the alma mater, took care of the Badgers as the number 1 team. I had to make sure I noted that one.
You didn't note that Andy Friedman's Florida Gators knocked off the Buckeyes?
No, I missed that. I've got selective eyes. Turnover forced.
Suggs called for the traveling violation. Andy Friedman, our director.
18 turnovers, a little high for the Zags. And now if you're Iowa, I think you attack and try to get that ball inside. A quick bucket is what you want.
Come on, boys.
Bro, imagine if I lived in Iowa right now and Fran was my dad.
Go, Borgie!
Oh my God.
Frederick will inbound the basketball to Toussaint.
Max Borghi just scored.
Garza was open for a moment. Toussaint right to the rim.
Who's that guy?
That's well done.
At a timeout called.
Wazoo's running back.
Oh.
96-88, 39.9
to be fair, this game doesn't matter.
Right back.
It's Mom. Can you come home? Oh, I thought your mama was
We're done.
away.
This commercial. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, Zach says to tell you that we get it, Zach Moss.
Well, no, I like Ty Jordan. Ty Jordan's really good. The rookie running back for Utah. I like him.
Who? Ty Jordan?
Ty Jordan. He's a freshman for Utah.
He's a freshman. Yeah, but Zach says we get it, Zach Moss.
Yeah, but you guys have Anthony Gordon, though, so it's okay. So, like, I mean, you guys really win. Wow, what a ball. Man, imagine
Zach
if...
says that Zach Moss is better than Anthony Gordon.
I mean, that's true. So what do you think? You could be in Iowa right now, mining the corn maze in the fields, the barrels of wheat.
Yeah, I could be living in Iowa. I could be Mayor Pete, you know.
You'd be on the team right now. You'd be on the team.
Dude, yeah. His son McCaffrey was on the team. That'd be me.
Well, it could have been you, but you decided not to play. You decided to give up your eligibility. Man-to-man full court.
It's Cook, Suggs. They're both out there as well. Watson has 4 fouls. Ayayi. And they get the ball into Nembhard. Now he just runs away from the defense. They have to foul him at the top of the paint.
Nembhard has not been that great at the line, nor have the Zags overall. So You need some help here if you're Iowa. You need some misses and quick conversions.
Yeah, this game is over.
Gonzaga is playing without Kispert and Timmy. Both have fouled out of this
Wow,
game.
Kispert and Timmy fouled out. That's interesting.
Because Timmy averages 23.
Timmy.
22.
Man.
But they have so much else, including Nemhard, who now gives them a 98-88 lead with 35 seconds left to play. Toussaint into the paint. His runner didn't get the angle. Loose ball. Wieskamp pulls down the rebound. Out to
the three.
Toussaint for three. It's no good.
It's no good.
It's loose again. And the ball's just squirting around like a grape with the seed popping out.
Yeah, great hustle.
Yeah, I think this game is over.
Not sure who's going to end up with possession here.
Yep.
Looks like we're headed the other way.
Luke Garza should have not fouled right there, but that's okay.
Good game. Let's go Zags.
A call by the officials over to the scoreboard, the scorer's table. And I think it's against Garza. Yep. Now that means Cook's going to go to the free throw line.
He's had a solid game off the bench for Gonzaga. Just an impressive overall performance, considering the layoff as well.
Man.
When you think about Gonzaga having not played in
Big 12 championship.
Limited practice time for this
That's
group.
probably a game you should be watching.
I tell you, their competitive spirit and talent and love of playing really showed up today.
Yeah, they have
against a really good opponent.
5 guys in double digits.
They had 5 that averaged that, so they were themselves, if not optimally, certainly enough to win against a top 5 team.
Nunji's getting his elbow wrapped up.
Oh my goodness, this game, of course.
Meanwhile, the floor getting cleaned up. The elbow must have cut open.
It's in the game already. This game is over.
Now back to the free throw line will go Cook.
For real. Luke Garza shoots his first 3. Oh, in and out.
On the doorstep of another 100-point game. They had 100 against Kansas.
Watson, you don't have to swat him like that.
13 seconds left to play.
GG.
Toussaint, little hesitation. Garza open for 3, and it is no good. Rims out. Loose ball. Toussaint has it. 6 seconds left. Toussaint, nice through the defense.
Oh my goodness, they really don't want this game to end.
And it will remain Iowa basketball with 2.4 left on the game clock. Well, number 1 is certainly going to do more than survive here this afternoon. The inbounds goes to Garza. 2 seconds. Garza steps to his right for 3. No good.
And that's the ball game. Alrighty, Sean. Give me your final analysis and your take on the game. Like, what stood out to you? Like, are you concerned about Gonzaga, or do you think Gonzaga will be just fine?
I think Gonzaga is going to be just fine, but I feel like Iowa might be overrated. Just from what I was seeing there. I feel like it happens when you have like a big man who's like, you know, going to senior year, like someone who's super hyped up Garza, like someone to get them overranked.
Yeah.
Garza's hands, bro. But he doesn't have the winning, I don't think he has the winning drive of Hansbrough. Or the weapons around him, yeah.
Yeah, like the weapons to me, like for Iowa, are very suspect at best. Like they're like, I don't know how to describe them, but they're definitely not good. They're definitely like just average players that Luke Garza kind of hides their averageness by like just basically him kind of dominating the paint. No one really having an answer for him. But when you start playing these other teams, like especially in the tournament when it comes time, you know, you're going to play your Dukes, you're going to play your Kentuckys. Like, you know, as much as these guys are struggling right now, they still have great talent around them. So I think that Iowa definitely is overrated. I think that they relied too much on Luke Garza and just kind of a 3-point shooting team that I think in the future, if they can get like another star to play with them, it'd be fine. But at the moment, it's just not working for them. So I think that's going to do it here for the stream, guys. Sean, do you have any final words before we sign out of here?
No, go Zags. Thanks for joining. If you listened in at all, excited to see where the season goes and excited for the start of the NBA season in a couple days.
Alrighty, you heard the man. You know, the NBA starts in about this week on the 22nd. I will be doing a live stream of the first game, whatever game that is. I don't remember what it is, but we will be going live there. We'll kind of celebrate. We'll talk some NBA. Monday, we're going to do a preview show with my boy Pete, so make sure you tune in for that. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. Thank you once again for joining me here on the Charge live stream where we watched Gonzaga versus Iowa in a very, big college basketball matchup. Thank you, Sean, again for joining us here on the Charge. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later.
All right, you heard the man. Signed off there from Discord. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. A little different, talking some college. But at the end of the day, hopefully you guys enjoy your Saturday. It's 11:14 here on the West Coast. I'm going to try and get a workout in now because it is time to get a workout in. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. Thank you once again for joining me here